Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ray White Ferntree Gully, thank you very much for joining us here for what will surely be a spectacular auction. And why wouldn't it be today? I offer a beautiful opportunity in the form of 13 Blackwood Drive in the feeding part of Wheelers Hill. So all of our bidders and buyers, make sure to bid bold, bid aggressively, and bid to the absolute upper echelon of your capacity, and give yourself every opportunity to be that lucky and successful buyer who I'm sure is somewhere in the crowd here today. And to you, a slightly early congratulations. It is in order for your wonderful purchase, and what a wonderful purchase it will be for you for the many years to come. I'd also like to take this time to thank our vendors very much for not only entrusting myself to be the auctioneer, but also the entire selling team at Ray White Ferntree Gully for selling what is arguably their most prized possession. Now, of course, your listing agents here are Christine Jones and Tim Koo, who have been really enjoying their time getting to know you over the 4-week campaign, and they're here to help you with any of your questions about the property and also your bidding endeavours here today. So good luck to you all here, buyers. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any conditions made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit the auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price. As your auctioneer will be indicating bidders on a request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders from attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it will issue fines for misconduct. The rules permit vendor bids. The words I will be using to indicate I am placing a bid on behalf of our vendors is simply vendor bid. And by law, only I, as the auctioneer, can place those vendor bids. Now, settlement terms for the purchase of this lovely home here is preferred at 60 days. If you are that lucky and successful buyer, we're also going to be asking you for a standard 10% deposit payable this evening as per standard Victorian auction rules. Now, we have had some particulars discussed in terms of the settlement terms, and if the vendors are agreeable to those terms, then you're more than comfortable to be bidding on that basis. So buyers, with all the boring stuff out of the way, let's talk about the opportunity on hand here today. 13 Blackwood Drive in Wheelers Hill presents itself to you, the one-home family buyer, a beautiful and rare opportunity to purchase the home of your dreams. Close the book on your real estate journey and start creating priceless family memories in this lovely family home. You've got 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, multiple car spacing opportunities underpinning a prospective purchase of some of the finest soil that Wheelers Hill has on offer. Multiple living zones, lovely split level living area, beautiful separation from your private living quarters and your entertaining areas. Speaking of entertaining areas, lovely indoor and outdoor entertaining areas, especially with that shaded alfresco out backyard, and much more. Beautiful windows all throughout, allowing for an abundance of natural light bouncing from all angles of the home. Fire, the list just goes on and on and on. And the value of this home happens to be in the location, because Wheelers Hill is simply the place to be. One of the most sought after and in-demand suburbs of metropolitan Melbourne, family friendly, and very huge potential for upwards capital growth for the many years to come. You're going to get that and much more. Everything else that Wheelers Hill has on offer: parks and reserves, schools, public, private, primary and secondary. Just a couple of call-outs here: Brentwood Secondary College catchment zones, as well as Brendan Park Primary School. Also Monash University, not far from this location, as well as local shops and cafes, major shopping centres. Take your pick between the Glen and Chadstone shopping centres. Public transport and freeway accessibility, making this one of the most desirable locations in Melbourne today. So buyers, that's the value on the table here today. Plenty of opportunity for you now. Just waiting on you now. I'm going to set one condition. We are seeking for an opening bid around about no less than $1.2 million. Of course, the quoting range is beyond that point. So aside from that one condition, I am going to hand it over to you now, buyers, for your spirited bidding. Who would like to start the auction and get things underway? And your smiles in the crowd here today, lovely weathered spirit as well, just simply seeking an opening bid to start things off. Buyers, I'm totally in your hands and guided by you in terms of where you'd like to start things off. We've had plenty of interest throughout the auction campaign and just waiting for some lucky fellow to start things off. Now, of course, the opening bid at an auction does have a pretty significant statistical advantage to be that successful purchaser at the end of the day, and that's simply because you get to dictate exactly where the auction gets moving along. So buyers, this is your opportunity now to claim your throne, show your competition that you mean business. Buyers, totally guided by you, otherwise I will start things up with a vendor bid on my end. Welcoming all bidders at this point in time. Not going to wait very much longer than this just to get you underway, buyers. This is your last opportunity now. I'm going to count it 3 times down, and I will start things off. Once, twice, third, final time. All done. Finished. Silent now. Absolute crickets. For sure. Lovely home. All come to watch apparently. I'm not that entertaining. Alright, no further bidding, Christine, at this point in time. I think it's about time that we start things off with a vendor bid. I will kick things off at the absolute bare minimum that I did request at $1,200,000. Now a vendor bid with myself, now calling for $20,000 increments on the rise. Needs to be at $1,220,000 if you'd like to enter into proceedings at this point in time. Now set the vendor bid. Now the bid is with me at $1,200,000. I came here to do the auction, not to buy the property. I don't quite have the money for it here, but you guys do. At $1,200,000, the vendor bid sitting with me and myself at this point in time. Needs to be at $220 now to jump into proceedings at this point in time. $1,200,000 to bid, calling it 3 times. Once at $1,220,000. Twice at $1,200,000, sorry, confirming that. Third, final time at $1,200,000. Sure, we're all done. Finished. Silent now. Christine, any luck from that bidder there? At $1,200,000, absolute bargain buying. We've got a beautiful home here, lovely entertaining areas. Yeah, indoor, outdoor areas, 4 bedrooms all up, beautiful home for a family here to grow up in a beautiful suburb like Wheelers Hill. $1,200,000, absolute bare minimum bid at this point in time. Needs to be a $20,000 increment. We're going to give Christine plenty of time and Tim to go through the crowd and seek further interest from here. I would like to see some interest from our buyers at this point in time, but at $1,200,000 vendor bid, we've set the bar at this point in time. Still bargain buying at this level. Needs to be a $20,000 rise as an absolute bare minimum bid. One last time, buyers, pulling it 3 times now. Once at $1,200,000. Twice at $1,200,000. Third, final time. All sure, done, finished, and silent. Otherwise, when we pass the property in at this point in time on a vendor bid, what that means was we'll simply be able to negotiate with all interested parties, whether they're at the auction or not. There won't be any clarity. If you are looking to purchase the property and you place a bid, we'll simply pass the property to you. Yes. 1,220, and welcome to the auction. Took your time, but I'm happy to see you in here. Thank you for the opening bid now, and welcome to the auction. Good luck to you. At $1,220,000 now the bid. Christine's found our opening bidder now. Needs to be at $240,000 if you'd like to jump on in. Not too late now at this point in time. At $1,220,000 now. Got our interest registered. If you need the social proof and validation that the property is wanted by somebody else, just front and center under the shade there in front of me. At $1,220,000 now the bid. Tim needs to be at $1,240,000 now. Absolute bare minimum bid at this stage. Good luck to this family here, front and center under the tree. At $1,220,000 now the bid. Needs to be at $240,000, $20,000. Still going and bargain buying at this level. $1,220,000. No further interest. We wrap things up once at $1,220,000. Now the bid. Twice now at $1,220,000. Good luck. Third, final time. All short. We're done, finished, and silent. Tim, you're talking to another family there. Hopefully that's a fruitful conversation there. Doesn't look like it. Just checking based off of your body language and signaling here at $1,220,000 now the bid. Christine, giving you plenty of time to seek interest from all of our other buyers. Had to wait quite a long time for our opening bid. Potentially our second bid might take that bit of time as well. Thank you for your patience while holding that bid, by the way. But at $1,220,000, I think you're in a pretty good spot. At this point in time, need to make sure that we've done all our due diligence at this point in time. At $1,220,000 now the bid. waiting there. I think we've got some interest here, but not sure just yet. Hopefully when they do come back in, you've got your next bid ready to go, but they need to be at 1,240,000 as an absolute bare minimum bid. If that helps to strategize your next bid. But 1,220,000 now, firmly in the lead at this stage. I'm going to call it 3 times now, because it seems like we're hitting a bit of a lull at this point in time, and that might be a good time to seek some instructions from our vendors. But I'm giving you one last time to register your interest and jump in on top. At 1,220,000 now the bid, needs to be 20 on top, runs at 1,220,000. Price at 1,220,000. Third. Final time, are we sure? All done. Finished and silent. Christine, I'm looking for bids and I'm not seeing any at this point in time. I think it's a perfect time to take a pause and speak to our vendors one last time. Any further interest, we will be coming back after a quick pause. Thank you very much, folks.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, but
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your patience and anticipation while we sort out some further instructions from our vendors. At this point in time, I do have some further instructions to pass on to you to give you a little bit more clarity in terms of where we are. Now, our vendors have instructed me not to place any further vendor bids now. Our highest bidder currently at 1,220,000 now. We'll have the sole rights to negotiate if there's no further bidding. So good luck to you. I will not be placing any further vendor bids. If there's no further bidding, we'll simply pass the property into you, and you will likely be the bidder after the negotiations here. So 1,220,000. One last opportunity now. I do think that we have an interested bidder over here, so confirming that before we pass the property in. No further bidding. We will simply pass the property in to you, and you will be the purchasers at the end of the day. Good luck to you now, folks. At $1,220,000, we will resume the auction and seek some further audience. 1.23, happy to take it by the way. Thank you for coming in and good luck to you now. Auction has been ignited. We do have 2 bidders bidding back and forth. Tim doing a great job negotiating with our bidders and getting them in. At $1,230,000, good luck to you, sir, and all the very best. At $1,230,000 now, Christine, happy to accept $10,000 bids just to keep things moving along nice and fairly. I did accept a $10,000 bid just to see you in, sir, and good luck to you at this point in time. At $1,230,000. Now, once again, not placing any further vendor bids, so we will pass the property in directly into Tim's bidder if there's no further bidding at this point in time. At $1,230,000, 2 bidders fighting it out now. Auction has been ignited now at $1,230,000. Now Christine's turn to work her magic and get our bidders back in. Let's go, Christine. At $1,230,000 over here with Tim's bidder. Needs to be at $240,000 as an absolute bare minimum bid now. At $1,230,000 now, the advantage does go to Christine's bidder, and I'll tell you exactly why, because they're standing in the shade. So the longer that you keep them holding out, this gentleman here is going to be burnt to the crisp by the beautiful sun that we've got here on a Saturday morning here. At $1,230,000, holding strong at this stage, sir. Thank you very much for your patience. I do need to give them plenty of time to come back in to negotiate. It does seem like they are considering another bid, so Tim, just make sure that that next bid is ready to go if we do have another bid from Christine's bidder. At $1,230,000 now. Does seem like it's a very slow auction, but I can tell you it's a very high-paced, tense situation still with 2 bidders fighting it out now. One of them is going to be the buyer now. Christine's bidder lunging for the keys at $1,240,000 now. Tim, have that bid ready to go. Let me know what you'd like to do. $250,000 is an absolute bare minimum bid. Otherwise, we'll pass the property in at $1,240,000 now. Holding the keys at this stage. Very, very, very strong position to be in the shade, and also holding the highest bid at this point in time at $1,240,000. One more 10 and we'll go 5. Needs to be 50 if you like. At $1,240,000, otherwise we pass it to Christine's bidder now. 10, let's work for another 5. Otherwise they'll simply come back at 50 anyways. Take their next bid away from them. Doesn't make sense to back away now. At $1,240,000, Christine, your bid is still in the lead. 50? 50 now. We're going with 5s as an absolute bare minimum bid. I do suggest keeping in 10s just to put the pressure on. When they're going in smaller and smaller increments, this is your time to put the pressure back on them. At $1,250,000 now, happy to accept the 5s as I did suggest. I am open to that now. At $1,250,000, 55 as an absolute bare minimum bid. My suggestion as the auctioneer, 10 will be at $1,260,000, but do what you like. Bare minimum bid, $1,255,000. Now 10, they're probably going to come back for 1 or 2 more bids. Just make sure that that bid, next bid is ready to go. If it comes quickly, it puts you in a very, very good position to purchase the property and have the property passed into you. At $1,250,000, now the bid, Tim's bidder in the lead. Christine, let me know if your bidder's in or out. Again, once again, giving you plenty of time to negotiate and come back in at $1,250,000. Otherwise, we pass it to Tim's bidder. Advice from our vendors at this stage, no more vendor bids. That means they will be the final bidder. We will knock it down, call it 3 times and pass the property in. In or out, needs to know once at $1,250,000. Twice now at $1,250,000. Third, final time, sure, we're all done, finished and silent. Just waiting to see if I can hear anything at this point in time. They're still discussing at this point in time, so we'll give them a little bit of extra time. Trying to put the pressure down. 5? 5, yes. 55 now. 55. I did think that they've got to come back. Hopefully we've discussed that next bid now, 10. I'd suggest going straight to 60, putting the pressure back on. 60. Great bid. Straight away and quickly at $1,260,000 now the bid. Let's go straight to 65, Christine. I'm going to give the same advice now, just to go quickly at this point in time, put the pressure back on. They had too much time to think about what their next bid is. Now it's your turn to go to 65. Their minimum bid is a $5,000 increment at this point in time at $1,260,000. Tim's bidder, great position in the lead. Any other bystanders who are holding back, this is your opportunity. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. 2 bidders fighting it out. We are going to pass it in when the bidding stops at $1,260,000 now the bid. 5 as an absolute bare minimum bid. I'm not going to accept anything lower than that at $1,260,000. Tim's bidder in the lead needs to know now if you're in or out. Going to call it 3 times once again. Once at $1,260,000. Twice at $1,260,000 now. Third, final time. If there's any time to register your interest, it is now, folks. At number 5, 65. All that yelling works, by the way. At $1,265,000. Hopefully you have time again, otherwise I will go 70. Thank you very much. Saves my voice for going another run now. I'm going to save that for Christine's bidder. Clearly they need that little bit of a push. At $1,270,000 now, Tim doing a great job getting our bidders back in. Absolutely sure we're done. Christine, I know, I trust you there that you've worked your magic and they're absolutely done, but I'm going to give you one last opportunity because we're going to be passing the property in at $1,270,000. Now, if you do bid and register your interest once again at $275,000, you have the opportunity to negotiate. Otherwise, we will pass the property in. You will not have any other opportunity to register another offer at $1,270,000 now. They will purchase the property after a successful pass-in negotiation. So this is your last opportunity to register your interest at $1,275,000. If you say you're out again, I will believe you. I'm going to call it 3 times. We're going to pass the property in. It's off to your next open home and inspection and auction just to be coming runners up again. I don't want to say that because maybe the next one, maybe you could be the buyers here. At $1,270,000, thank you very much for your patience once again. Potentially in one last bid, confirming once again. At $1,270,000, absolutely sure we're out. Thank you very much for your bidding, by the way. I do believe that you're absolutely out. And thank you so much for starting off the auction and bidding all this way. I think we have our pass in, or our highest bidder at the end of the day. I'm going to confirm once again, calling it 3 times, and we're wrapping things up. Once, twice, third, final time, all done, finished, and silent now. Congratulations, sir, on behalf of the team at Ray White, Ferntree, Gully. We're going to formally pass the property into you, and thank you very much once again, gentlemen. We will update you on a sold result shortly. Thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Investment.
Yeah.
Jeez, what do you think, huh?
Sorry?
What do you think?